its best.
Look at that hat,
I
Scott.
love Diane's hat. She is ready to go. Wow, you guys coordinated today. That is so cool. I unfortunately had nothing in my wardrobe that even close resembled Flores. So I apologize that I apologize I'm not like in the flow with the rest of you. My bad. But we're here. It's Friday. Thank you for being a part of it. And thank you for spending some time investing in you, investing in understanding where we're going with the business. And I just wanted to kind of give you the flow for today. And Jackie, thank you for all of your effort in making this part happen. We were with some leaders here this week in Westlake Village, California. And so if they were there, because I see Marilyn, you might have heard this and you might hear some of it again, but hey, I appreciate you being here and setting the amazing example. That's great. Thank you. And we're going to go, I want to talk to you guys about where we're going with the business, how we connect, how we work together, and share with you the same messages, because we weren't able to get to see you in person, number one, and then be able to share this message. So we thought it was super important for you to be able to do that. We're going to talk about that this morning. We're going to talk about Flores. We're going to do a little fun with that, with Rosario. We're going to come back with Boost. So it's a little bit, if I were to say a little bit out of sequence, because you have the product this afternoon and you're going to get to see all of the science behind Boost. You're going to see a bit behind Flores. We're going to give a little sneak peek today. So if you happen to see something later this afternoon, just act like it's the first time you saw it. You're going to be like, oh, wow, that was amazing. That was so cool. Like we had no idea, right? And you just like play it cool so that we don't get in trouble. Is that okay? And so repetition is like one of the keys to success, right? Wanda, I'm looking at you and I have a feeling you're going to be the first one who's going to be like, oh, I've seen this already. Will you be good? Where'd she go? There you are. Just give me a thumbs up if you'll act surprised again. All right, good. All right, we got it. Wow, look at that. You guys look fantastic. All right, let me see if I can.
We have 65 people with us.
There's 66.
Oh, it keeps
well, I guess minus us, right?
Uh-huh.
We don't count. We're here.
And Jackie has, how many people do you have with you, Jackie? 5. Okay.
You're at the beauty bar. What are you guys serving up today? Is it Tequila Friday? Is it Cerveza Friday? I mean, what kind of stuff are you guys serving up at the bar?
Truthfully, it's bran.
It's what?
Bran, muffins, and orange juice. How exciting are we?
Well, make sure that if we need a bio break, just like raise your hand and we'll put it on pause, okay? Because that sounds like it could be pretty amazing with the flow we've got going today, all right?
Well, we have an amazing drink for you.
A drink?
A boost.
We have a boost, a little energy boost, right? I love it. How do I show my screen so I can do this?
Share. Down on the bottom, there's a green box that says share.
That says share. I'll click on that. All right. And then
click on your presentation
on that one. Aha. Aha. Look at that. Cool. All right. So here's the deal with this one. I'm just going to talk about some keys to the business that I think will help take some things to a different direction. And I'm not saying a different, I don't mean a different direction, an elevated direction. And I'm going to put some thoughts into your head of where we're going and show you the momentum that we've got with Jafra. And I think the tougher days are behind us with the system. It is working better and better all the time. We've found that people, when they come at it the first time, it's totally different. Some things have changed. the order's a little different for them. So that's where a lot of that comes into play. Is everything perfect? No, we know that. And all of the things that you may have been experiencing have been reiterated by your leaders with us. We have that. The President's Club was very good this week in expressing exactly what it is that you guys have been encountering, and we already knew and identified that. So we're making those changes and fixes along the way. So we're doing that behind the scenes, and just know that that's the case, and we want you to be confident that we're aware of those things, and we're like working as hard as we can to make it happen. And even though I think I equate it to like a duck, right? On the surface, we all look like everything's like totally chill and calm, and like behind the scenes, behind this, like people are literally paddling like crazy, trying to get it done. But hey, we are proud of our business, and we're not going to show that we're like just going like crazy to correct those things. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for being there with us. And I think you guys can definitely benefit. And the reason why we did this is because we needed to have a business that could attract new people, that could attract those who require a mobile-friendly environment that can manage their business on the go. And the really cool thing about this is we're starting a beta group with our app. I know we launched it at National Conference. To tell you a bit about that, it's even better. I've got it on right here. Check that out. There's the Jafra Biz. It's still beta group, but it's kind of cool as we put it out there. Look at that. Very nice. So then it's like loading. It's loading, and it says I've got to log in again, but I wanted you guys to just see that it's there. It's kind of cool. Some opportunities in that. It's kind of like awesome. I'll talk to you about that in a little bit, but it takes a lot of the analyzing and thinking out of the business, and it just puts the decision for you whether you want to do it or not, because action makes the difference. So I want to talk a little bit about today transformation. We've been transforming to create a digital platform, to create a business that will grow as we need it to grow. Right now, we have more than enough capacity to handle a business 20, 30 times the size of what we have today. That's how powerful the back end is. But at the same time, it comes with its, I guess, limitations in being nimble, being agile, being quick. So we've had to rethink a lot of things on our side of the business in planning. And a lot of the maybe like last minute things that we used to do in the old system just don't apply anymore because we can't execute on it and deliver. So we don't want to have that bad experience. So we're actually retooling and re-engineering the way we think. And we hope to make that a little bit more predictable and stable business for you guys. So I hope that works out okay. I realize that there's a chat button as well. I'm going to put that window down there. It looks like everyone's wishing good stuff. Can you guys see my screen by chance? Can you give me just a nod? Yes. Evelyn, thank you. Yes. Wanda, thank you. Transformation through action. So we're going to create a brand new word within Jafra, and it's transformaction. You transform action. We do this through the efforts that we make every day, and I think we need to show it as well on our side, because it's not in the words that we say. Any one of us can get in front of you guys and just tell you whatever we feel like we want to tell you in that, but it's really through the actions where you guys really believe that those things are happening. The same thing is true of your business. You can have all the words in the world, but if the actions don't back it up, it's just words, right? And then we don't get to a better place. So it's easy to talk, it's harder to do, but the results are two totally different outcomes. And that's what I just wanted to talk to you about today. Many of you might know what our Jafra mission is, and it's great that Jan and Frank Day started this company with the idea, and think about when they did this, right? Think about the time, 1956. And their goal was to transform the lives of millions of women around the world. It's 2018, and things are a little bit different. We need to move and shift with that. And you're going to see some subtle changes where we don't lose the core value of what we have, but we wanted to share with you in a forward-looking way how this is going. And I asked the leaders not to share this. Our CEO hasn't officially launched this, but Paolo and I wanted to give this to you guys. I sincerely mean that. So like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, we'll just kind of absorb it and we won't go crazy with it, but there are reasons. It's really, our mission is to transform the lives of people, inclusive of men, inclusive of maybe all the letters that are out there in today's politically correct society, right? And families. So transform the lives of people wherever they are on the spectrum, and families around the world to empower their, one, personal development and elevate their societies. Many of you may not even know it, but our business in Mexico has 70,000 men who are consultants. That means in Mexico, there are 70,000 men, which is more than the total number of consultants we have here in the US. And those are just men. Why? Because they love the product and they know that they can use this as a business vehicle to share. So we've had to shift the way we think about the business. And I was talking with Eloisa Robles yesterday. She has like 6 men that are in her lineage that are just starting. And one of them is a DD2, District Director number 2. And it's amazing how it's helping them in fulfilling what they want out of a career or supplemental income. So things are changing, and smart men get behind this because the vanity index is going up with the new generation. And they also realize that women have the power of the purse, so they're taking advantage of that. So are you guys cool with this? Thumbs up, look good? You like where we're going? I like it, cool. So what does that mean for you? It means we are responsible for supporting our leaders and you are consultants with the primary objective to earn more money, because while this is a community, you can't change a community and you can't change a family without the resources to do it. That requires money. It really does. Hugs only get us so far. All the love in the world only gets us so far, and we can all talk about it and we can hug it out. But after the hug, we got to put a little money down to make it happen. So we've made those changes in order for that to happen. And there's a growth formula that occurs between Jafra, what we do, and how we grow and how you grow. And I wanted to go over this with you very quickly. From Jafra's side, it's about heart, it's about passion, it's about commitment. This is what we do on a daily basis. We eat, sleep, drink, think about all the time. And we even promote our, from our own time, the business within our own networks. And that's how we look at it. There's also an investment piece that happens, and we invest back in the business. This is one of the most stable business environments that we have. We have a parent company, Vorwerk, out of Germany, that all of their companies combined in direct selling makes us the 4th largest direct selling company in the world. We have that backing. We're not at the pressure of shareholders. Do we need to treat this as a business? Yes, but they invest in this. So we've invested a lot of money back in. How have we done that? Through our product innovations. products just don't come out of nowhere. There's usually an 18-month to 24-month lead time in which investment is made on R&D, in working through the materials to make sure that they stick together, that they stay together, that they work under hot conditions, cold conditions, all of those things. We're even having that issue right now with the almond oil, which you guys love so much. Crazy as it sounds, Mexico's government put a ban on the ingredient that gives the almond oil its fragrance, its texture, and the funny thing about that is it's the same kind of, it's the same ingredient that the drug cartels use to produce drugs. So who knew? Almond oil and drugs, they go together.
Oh.
So anyway, we are on the good side of it. So the Mexican government basically said, we're going to just cut all of that out. So we're looking for replacements, and the replacement ingredients, they're not coming together quite right. So we're still working through that. And we hope that sometime in November that legislation in Mexico will change, because it's going to like their Supreme Court for companies to be able to use that who are legitimate and not part of the drug cartel. So there you go. Breaking Bad entering and disrupting Jafra. Who knew? Crazy. I know. So just bear with us because we're trying to work through that. All right. So the products, and you guys saw it in Revitalize. Amazing. Imagine that was a 2-year project that came out. Then we've got this whole Royal line. Today you're going to see Boost and the benefits that's going to bring you to make that happen. Look at that. I love these things. Why are these things so cool? Because everyone that signs up for a ritual should have one, because it gives them the steps to use it and makes them feel good that they bought it. It's worth the investment. Why? Because then people comply. And when they comply with the product, they use it again and again. Nothing you guys didn't know. The second thing, the tools, the app, the digital side of it, it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for this because it helps you with opportunities. Every day, I get a push notification from the app that makes me feel good. It's like, I don't get that from Facebook. I don't get that from Instagram. I don't get that from anywhere. But they're like motivational words that come to me every day on the app. And it's like, hey, yeah, I can go do this. It's kind of cool. I enjoyed that. There was a cool quote yesterday that I just was like, wow, I could change a life if I wanted to. So then and then you go into it and it'll do all kinds of fun things. We'll show you that and we'll roll it out. We made improvements to the compensation plan. Our leaders make more. We have the most competitive compensation plan in the industry. You can get 50%. Requirements to get 50% are lower than any other company. And that's just how it works. Anyone who knows another experience would see this and be like, wow, that is the case. We had a leader come from Mexico. She inherited her mother's business because she unexpectedly passed away at the young age of 54. And she was a consultant. Her mom was an ambassador level. And just like here in the US, as an ambassador level, you can pass down your business to somebody in the family who is also a consultant. She had to take that business and grow it. But we invited her here to speak to everyone, and she's got a great story. When she saw the compensation plan, she lives in Tijuana, and that's not too far from the border. She's like, how do I move to San Diego so that I can be a Jafra leader in the US? Because it just doesn't even compare with the compensation plan in Mexico. She would kill to do that. It's that competitive. And everyone who sees it, they're like, I can't believe you guys are doing this. The key is to take advantage of it. The last thing that we can take advantage of is training. That's the other investment we have. That's why we spend time with you. That's why we got wonderful Jackie Geisinger there. We've got Rosario over here to help out with that. It's kind of really cool, right? And so you got Jackie from kind of the upper east, kind of more like middle, right? Minnesota, I think. You've got Rosario, who's from Chicago.
Yes.
Knows how that all works. Born and raised there. I'm from the East Coast. Glad to be on the West Coast. But you guys got like the support team ready to make this happen, and we can bring a cool new vibe to Jafra. I don't know how many of you run into this, but everyone that hears Jafra, I always hear the same thing is, my mom or my grandma used to sell that, like back in the 80s when it was like the thing, right? There weren't that many direct selling companies. Well, we're not the same, and Revitalize is not the same. Royal Jelly's not the same. The formulation, the strategy, it is an amazing time to be part of Jafra. And I would say for those that who haven't joined us yet, and that new generation who's coming in, they're going to love what they see. So it's going to be a nice partnership. I wanted to show you how good Revitalize is doing. Now, I know this is a chart. It's boring. It's business. But look, you've got 3 years of sales averages on the Royal Jelly line. And just since the launch of Revitalize, thanks to a lot of your efforts, we are at 191% greater in the sales. And if we keep that trend, oh my goodness, that means more money in your pocket. That means more people with better looking skin. Like, we don't want to get them too excited about it, right? But they're going to see those visible results. That's the thing that keeps customers around. So be excited about that.
Scott, can I ask a question? When I see this number, what this tells me is that if I had 5 customers before that were buying Royal Jelly, now this consultant or leader is selling to 15, almost 15, right? Because it's close to 200% growth.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Wow. So from 5 going all the way to almost 15 customers purchasing.
I think that's where we can go with it. I think the cool thing about this is people got off of what they might have been using, and now they're over on Revitalize to try that out. And I think they'll stay, right?
Wonderful.
Because we've had a lot of different lines that you guys have been promoting for different reasons, and whether it be the time dynamics or gold dynamics or, I mean, whatever that is, Revitalize kind of takes care of all of that. And I've got my system down. I've got it down. I love the cleansing because I also shave with it. You guys know that. That's my shave cream and my cleanser. Works great. And you should believe somebody who's got way more surface area than any of you have. So that's the case. I use it way more than you do. Then I put on the vitamin C. So it goes in. Vitamin A to minimize the pores. Because guys kind of need that. And then the longevity balm, love that. And then a little bit of SPF. That's my daily ritual.
Well, my goal is to get to the 7 years younger look. So I don't know how I'm doing, but I am still trying.
You look great. Many of you might not know this, but she's a grandmother.
Yes,
what? No way. That's how it is.
Mm-hmm.
She's looking pretty good. Should we zoom in close? Should we see? Look at that. Nice. That's awesome. So really good. So have fun with this. Let's promote it, right? Yes, Hannah. This is not your mother's Jafra. You need to re-educate mom to let her know that it's real. It's happening. And Jenny says, my 2 sons are using Revitalize line. Absolutely. I wonder how old they are. Jenny, let us know how old they are, because that's kind of a cool story. And that kind of proves my point. And you're going to find this out with Boost. Men, whether they admit it or not, I think worry about their skin more than women sometimes, but they don't want anyone to know about it because it's their secret weapon, right? It's how they like stack up against the competition that they see. And I'm telling you, when I come across men that are like my age or within 2 or 3 years, I look at them and I'm like, dude, you look really bad. And that's what's going on in my head, because I'm like, you really need this stuff, right? Because they look literally like 10 or 15 years older than I do, and we're like within 3 or 4 years. So that's cool.
Scott, can I share with you and with our team what I learned?
Yes.
I should have known this, but I was told that the reason why men are so into skincare is because most of the men don't use makeup, and we can use concealers and lipsticks and eyeshadows and other things to enhance our look. So men are the best customers for skincare because that's all
we got.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's direct feedback from the field, that they are our best customers.
I think you're right. I didn't even think about that. Mm-hmm. That's really good, because I think the only lipstick I put on every morning is the lip balm care.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I learned that from our ladies.
Nice. So Jenny's sons are 24 and 25. Wow. They're going to look amazing. Mm-hmm. Cool. Thank you for sharing. I like that. All right. I'm not going to get too into the comp plan. I just want you guys to know that if you're consultants, there's money to be made if you grow a team. Just like any company uses a way to increase their distribution, you can build a business yourself and think of it as a sales team, but it's fun, right? And everyone gets to benefit from it according to their efforts. That's really the business model. So you hear a lot of times the companies like sell, sponsor, promote, do all those things. It sounds hard, right? It sounds like, oh, this is like a thing, like I got to recruit somebody. It's really not. It's about, how do I get people that I want to work with on a daily basis, that we love doing the same thing, and we go do that together. And that's how it really grows, and you see it start to pay those dividends, because they're winning, you're winning, and everyone benefits from that. So that's kind of the cool part about it. We've made those investments in it. Our new compensation plan pays more. And this is just the stats to prove it. Last year, same time frame, same effort, we paid out $2.8 million to our consultants. This year, same time frame, $3 million, almost $200,000. That's almost a $400,000 difference. Mm-hmm. Because we're investing in our leaders. And it's money that you could have, that you can take advantage of if you choose to do it. Of course, selling is always an option. But why are they making more? Because they're sharing it and they're building this team that they want to work with through sponsoring. And some of them are consuming the product, which is fine, and others are selling the product and promoting again. In fact, the growth has been 53% in just a short amount of time. So the system started to stabilize around May, and then June we started to take off. So you got June, July, August right there. And then you look through September, and compared to last year in the same time, where we had the older system, 53% increase, which is amazing. It's a cool story, and it just keeps growing. So there's momentum behind us, and that's why we're excited for the future. And I just wanted to share that with you. That says people are excited about it, they're sharing it, and you can do that too.
Jackie was supporting your message, Scott, with some recognition here for Marquita that connects to this.
Cool. While I grab a drink of water, let's read that.
Yes. Marquita Miller, new manager, is averaging 10 new revitalized clients a month. Yeah, and I know I was sitting next to Jackie, and she was so excited about this. Jackie and Norma went to math class. Imagine this. If you build 10 new clients a month and build a full year of 120 clients, we're talking about plus 100 customers, right? Plus 100, and it's here.
Did you give them my presentation?
No.
Did they see it earlier?
No.
Because they like jumped ahead.
Yes.
You showed them my presentation. You did. You had
Jackie,
to.
Right? I have not talked to you. No.
No, she did not, Scott. No. This is Markia.
It's 6 a.m. when we were talking about all of our great things that we're going to be doing this morning. We didn't talk about that.
I'm going to set up an independent investigation to see what happens. It may take a couple of years. It may take a couple of years to figure it out, but I'm going to find out.
But I will be doing the power of 10, the power of 20, so skip it.
Yes. I love how this is happening because it is all through parties, classes, facials every Friday. I mean, like all the right behaviors. So, wow. Thanks for sharing, Jackie.
Wow, that's really cool.
Congratulations, Marquita. And by the way, I will be in Imperial Valley with all of you in November.
Really?
We are growing our market and we're going to be doing opportunity meetings. Jackie Alves will be inviting everybody that it's from those areas, but you can come with us if you like.
Imperial Valley sounds so kind of like
it's like
posh. It's like I don't know if I'm allowed to go there.
It's
because
the
I don't know if I'll
town.
fit in because it's like imperial. It's like I don't think I like rise to that level.
Yeah, it's royal.
It's royal, right? Ooh, I got to get my royal game on then. That'd be fun. All right. Let me tell you a little bit about the bonuses because there are 5 bonuses that you can take advantage of, and I'll go through a couple of them, but I'm not going to spend tons of time. But since January of this year, we've paid out more than $350,000 in bonuses, and we're happy to do it. We love to do it because we know it goes to you guys, and it's really what this business is all about in changing lives. So let me show you some things. I'm not going to go into this. This is boring. It's an eye chart. But the whole thing that I would tell you is as you build, as you progress, as this becomes your go-to thing and you like identifying yourself like, I'm a leader. This is what I do for my business. I've chosen to do this. You take advantage of additional earnings beyond the 50%. And these are kind of the totals that are there. I would put this up against anyone, and you would see that not only do you get paid more, you can earn depth, and that's where people make very, very good money. That is predictable, that goes over and over and over again, and we'll show you how to do that. I mean, the leaders that were in our meeting earlier this week, they weren't there because it just happened overnight. It's because they built clients, they built leaders, and it's helped their business for decades. I mean, decades. That's the cool part about it. And that's what we want to help you build, okay? When you get people in your organization and you duplicate yourself, which is about this business, you find people who are willing to run with you. You have managers, you have people that are part of that. And we've had an increase of 83% versus last year. And that's really cool. And they earn a bonus every time that happens. And managers get paid right from the time that they promote. It's great, which it should be. It's logical. And you earn additional income. By hitting just the minimums, aside from your sales, you earn an additional $132. May not seem like a lot to you guys. May seem like a lot. I don't know. It all depends. We met a lot of people last week who really, like, it's life-changing for them because they see that the benefit pays off. Whether it be taking their family out to dinner or reinvesting it in their business, that's really what happens. And I think kind of the cool thing is Jackie Alves was sharing with it is like her daughter realized that through this opportunity that things are better, like in their home. Like kids know this. She's 14, 15 years old. She's like, things are way better. And she's seeing that the family's life is being changed it just doesn't get any better than that. So that's why we love what we do. It's pretty cool. You earn commissions, you earn bonuses for doing things again and again and again. It's great. But as you move up in title, not only do you get recognized, you get paid a bonus for that. It's a raise every single time. So if people are wondering, is it worth it? Well, you just have to decide, aside from the earnings that you get from selling, aside from commissions, additional bonuses might be worth it. I don't know what your why is. I don't know what you're working for. But if any of those numbers look good to you, then go for it. Because it's just there for you.
The way I see this, Scott, is the impact on your residual income. Because with our sales, it's almost as if we show up to work, like if we're only selling through the catalog or through the classes, our parties, that is immediate income. And when we are developing others, when we are supporting others' needs, we're kind of building the same income month to month and increasing after we build that retention. And then you have that not just for the month, but it's your performance continues to reward over and over and over. Right?
Nice. Teamwork.
That's
how it works. All right. So we've had, because of leader growth, the company has grown. It's just that simple. If you want to be a leader, you're going to make more money. As you make more money, that means the company's growing. It's a win-win. So this is why our focus is so much on leaders, because they contribute. So how do leaders become and they stick around? I'm going to show you a little bit about that, because we're ready to do it. The question is, are you guys ready to be part of the transformation process? I'm going to assume yes. And if you're on the fence, it's my job in the next few minutes to convince you to get off the fence and on the right side of it. So we will try to do that, all right? I love the chat. Oh my goodness. You guys are busy, busy, busy. So good. All right. So just like it takes Jafra, the investment is the same on your side. It takes heart, it takes passion. You guys, if you don't love what you do, it's really hard to get excited about it every day. And I'm assuming if you're here today, it's because you love what you do. You took some time out to do it. It also requires investment. Your investment is pretty much the same as ours. May not be to the same magnitude, but it comes in two parts: time and money. Time is the most valuable asset you have. Money is in what I consider making sure that you've got promotional materials, making sure that you've got samples, and you're investing in your brand, your own personal brand. As you partner with Jafra, you're as much a part of the story as anyone. And that's why those two things need to go together. And we always talk about return on investment. So I don't think there's a hard, fast rule, but in order to grow, you do have to put some back into it. And I think samples are the best way to go, because if you utilize the samples that the company has produced versus trying to do it, and I'm just going to be direct with you, on the cheap, right? And then you're like looking for different ways to take a jar and maximize it and whatever. It's the presentation's not there. And people are like, I don't even know if I want to put this on my face because it doesn't come in the packaging that I feel safe about. And then it's like, I don't know. I know you have good intentions. I know you do. And you're trying to maximize every little bit of that money that you're investing, but it's not going to give you the return. The samples that we have for Revitalize, the samples that we're going to have for Boost is going to get you the best, but you have to ask for something in return. And that's getting the digits. That's getting in. Speaking of getting information on the app, you can capture a lead as you're talking with somebody. you can take their picture if they'll let you. And I would suggest that you have a good conversation with them so they take a picture so you can remember who they are. It goes right into the app. You can qualify them, whether they're hot, warm, or cold lead. And depending on what that category is they fall in, the app will remind you to follow up with them. Dang, how about that?
And Scott, tell me
His eyes just went out of her head. She's like, say that again? What? No, that's what happened.
Scott, share this story. Remember when we were in the, what area we were? We were in the East Coast, but we were in this Uber, and the gentleman, just because he was seeing your skin, and he started to get so excited about Jafra, and you had samples. So share this story.
Well, we both had samples. So you had samples. This was in Dallas, and it was our Uber driver. And the guy's like, well, what do you do? And it's like, well, we're kind of like the Uber of skincare. We have a bunch of Uber drivers of skincare, and, you know, it's kind of like that. And he's like, really? And so he started asking questions. We were asking questions. And as we walked through the conversation, he's looking at it as a business side. But then it comes out he's thinking about his wife, who needs to have really good skincare. And so then it's like, okay, we got samples, cards. Rosario like literally is opening her suitcase in the back of the car, and she's like, I've got the best ones. And it's professional. It's exactly what you would want. And that's really how it works. So I got to follow up with him. His name is Sa. And he was a soccer player.
And quickly he moved from the product to tell me more about what I need to do. What qualifications do I need to have in order to become a consultant and a leader, right? And, you know, we were like ready with all the right words, and we said, all you need is attitude, conviction, and a goal that you like to meet, and we're the company that can support that dream.
Right. So I see a few of you are all excited about the app. Don't take it personally. This is our strategy with it. We're starting out with a very, very small group. Very small. This small. And then add that on top of it for smaller and even smaller. Why? Because all the little bugs aren't out of it yet, and we want to just test for functionality. It's just how it happens. And we don't want to just launch it and then everyone go, it doesn't work, because if it doesn't work, which it does, by the way, but then every little thing they become critical about. Not that anyone on this call is critical about anything. No, I know you guys are cool, but there are some people who like will find every reason to not do something, and they'll be like, oh, that just doesn't look right. And so we want to make sure that it all works right. So beta group, that's testing it out, very small control group, and then it will be available shortly after that. So I would anticipate that sometime in November-ish, we'll do like a launch out as soon as we get feedback, and we can build that story, which is very typical of how apps are launched. So just look, we're not in a rush to do it. We want to make sure that when people get it, it's working, it's feeling, it's doing the things that we want it to do, so that the experience is consistent and elevated, and everyone's like, wow, I can't wait to use that. So just thought I'd let you know about that. All right.
How are you all feeling so far? Are you excited? Great.
Cool. All right. So how do you get that return on investment? You can invest a little bit of money, little bit of time, and get pennies in return. Or you can invest time, you can invest a little more money, and you get a better return. So these are all about income producing activities, of having a consistent process, being dedicated to what you do, not being distracted by every little thing that happens. I don't know about you, but I absolutely refuse to watch the TV, the news anymore. I get a quick little feed because it's a distraction. I noticed it was affecting my mood and my day. And I'm like, I don't need this. I have better things to do. And I was so glad we went on tour last week, because I had no idea what was happening in the world. And I was a much happier person. It was crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep that thing going, because that stuff is what distracts us and brings us down from really helping our own cause and then being able to help other people. So the time and the energy and the focus you put into your business will pay those dividends. If it's 2 hours a week, you're going to get minimal return out of it. It's just how it works, but it will work for you however you see it.
So what I hear you say is time and intentionality.
Yep.
Time and intentionality.
Be intentional.
Be intentional, intensive, and focus on what you want.
Right. But have fun at the same time, right? I know we seem like we're intense a lot about stuff, but it's just because we're focused. That's all it is. Not that I'm competitive at all. Like, not even the slightest little bit.
Scott, I received, several calls last month as we were having a lot of fun week after week. And one leader called me and said, Rosario, would you share with me, how are we doing so far in the month? Because all this energy and all this excitement that it's happening in headquarters, is it because we're not delivering our numbers? And it was such a pleasure to say, no, let me share with you where we are. We're 28% up in orders. We're 32% up in activity. Our sales are up. Our sponsoring is up. Like, everything is up. So I'm glad you're mentioning that, because when you see that we give you more tools, it's not because we're not making our quotas. It's the contrary. You're building momentum. You're doing the right activities. You're connecting with your customers. You're talking to people about the opportunity. So what do? We reward that, and we put tools that are going to help you move that week.
Perfect. Love it. Just like Bobby was noticing, I was noticing what Bobby put. She ran into a little bit of an obstacle with the phone. She's like, no worries. The company's helping me out with it, and she's going to get back on track. So it doesn't become a major distraction. She's like, okay, what can I do in the meantime? Love that. Thank you for sharing. Oh my gosh, you warmed my heart today. Thank you. This is the circle of awesomeness. I'm just letting you guys know, it's probably a little small on the screen for those of you who are sharing, but connect with new people every day. Add names to a client list. Invite them to be part of the company and engage if they want to earn some additional money. Get them training in the right way, and then motivating and training those that are with you. I'm going to talk about these very briefly and some of the keys, because we need to get to some really fun stuff too, okay? Connecting with people every day. The business model requires it. It just is how it works. In order to create growth, you have to talk to people. This is a people-to-people business. If you talk to them through social media, that is a way to connect. If you talk to them person to person, by phone, by text, you need people consuming the product or promoting it to make it happen. That's the business model. Just like any successful store has many customers, right? It's no different, but you get to benefit versus just the company by itself. So the way that works is the product is either the entry point or the opportunity, meaning a way to earn money. So 2 ways to do it. The way you find out what is best for somebody is to ask really good questions versus just like launching on them your pitch. See what's in it for them, and then you can come back with really good responses.
So what you're saying is less talk, more listening during that.
It's so hard because we get excited, right? And we don't want them to go run away. But the more we talk, I'm just going to tell you, the more they want to go to the witness protection program, and you'll never see them again. It's just how it works. But just to have a conversation like you would have with a friend, a neighbor, somebody, be interested and not try to be so interesting. You've got plenty of time for that. And then here's the other thing. This is what derails people the most. They kind of get a couple of no's and they're like, this doesn't work. No one's going to like it. They don't like me. And then all of a sudden your head is full of really negative thoughts. I hate to tell you, but you're going to hear no because people aren't ready. They're just not ready for the conversation, even though you were. That's okay. Take advantage of that, see what works with you, and be like, no worries. It just rolls right off your shoulders. No big deal. And then make it happen, right? It's on to the next, on to the next. Rejection is part of life. Rejection is part of business. Not everyone shops at Trader Joe's. Not everyone shops at Walmart. Not everyone shops at Nordstrom. Everyone has their own choices, right? But be attractive not only in the way you present yourself, but in the way you interact with people, because then it makes it less of a no and more of how do I get them to participate, whether being a client, a consultant, or even a connector, a promoter, right? So then you add you add names to a client list. Now, we always talk about sponsoring. We talk about this. I'm going to come at this from Revitalize is out. We already talked about getting clients. Why? Because they're going to use the product. And when you only look at this as signing people up, because I know it doesn't happen with most of you, but I've heard a few times where people are like, but I need her to be a consultant so that I can help her save money. And the funny part about it is maybe that person is just not interested in being a consultant when there's the Stay Royal program and they could still save money. But the question always says, when you say sign up, the question that they're thinking in their head is, what do I have to do? And if the what do I have to do doesn't match with what's in their head, you get a no. Sometimes people just want to buy product because they want to see if it works and they believe what you're saying. And I've even had a few people say like, yeah, but she bought it at retail and I feel so bad because she could have gotten a better deal. And I'm like, okay, why don't you just open up your purse and I'm going to take $50 right out of it, because apparently you don't care about that and you won't miss it because you don't want to make that. There are some people, and as crazy as it sounds, who want to pay retail, who don't want to have to do anything extra because they like it for what it is. And Royal Jelly, I'm telling you, you may think it's expensive. In the spectrum of regimens for the results you get, we're kind of in the middle. So I find it the best skincare results at an accessible price. I ran into a lady the other night, works for another company that I used to work for as well. She buys 2 regimens because she's trying to deal with 2 solutions, reverse sun damage and then anti-aging. And I'm like, so yeah, I'm very familiar with those. With our technology, you can just buy 1 regimen and you can save a whole lot of money and get the same or if not better results. And she's like, are you serious? She goes, no, but I'm this. And I'm like, okay, if you want to spend $400 a month on skincare, that's your choice. Or you can spend $180 and get even better results. And she's like, do you have samples? And I'm like, yes, I do. So, I mean, people are willing to pay it. We are not in the charity business. We are in the get people looking good and get them satisfied with their choice business, right? So clients are amazing. Why are clients good?
So what I hear you say, Scott, is meet them where they are.
Yes.
Meet their need.
And don't be ashamed of saying, I guess my thing is, don't be worried that retail is bad. It's just not. Some people just don't want to do what's required to be a consultant, or even if it's an auto ship, they just don't want to be bothered with it. It's like, no problem. Here's my personal website. Order anytime.
Here's my debit or my credit. And
it's just how it works. I mean, when I go buy food, I don't get a discount. When I go buy something, people don't try to get me to pay less. It's just how it works. It's how it is. People are smart. Yes, respecting people's choices and being okay with it. You didn't steal from them. They're really happy. It's the key, okay? And so it helps you guys sponsor. It helps you guys have a more predictable income. It increases your sales. And from new contacts, you can get more just by that simple question of, well, who do you know? You're not saying, who do you know that wants to join the company? It's like, who do you know that would love to try some amazing skincare? Who do you know that may need to earn a little extra income? Who do you know that might need both? It's kind of one of those things. From your clients, you will be able to identify future consultants and leaders. It's just how it happens. That's why parties happen. That's why group settings happen, because people are in different times of their life with different needs, and you can effectively do that through the conversation. So always have a client list generated, and it's as simple as thinking about who do you know. It's so funny that we were talking about clients at 120. Apparently, I was a little short when I prepared this and only had 100 there. So my bad for
lowering the standard.
lowering the bar for you guys. I mean, I thought, well, I'll probably offend a few at 100. Apparently not. But think about what that does. If your objective is over the next whatever time frame you're willing to put in, that you're like, my goal is to get 100 clients. With that singular focus, you're going to be able to identify consultants who want to work with you. You're going to strengthen your brand, your credibility with the business, and you're going to be earning money at the same time. Well, it's not that I met. We heard from one of our consultants this past week, and she put a time frame on the business. She's like, I know direct selling. I'm going to give Jafra 2 years. I'm going to give it 2 years, and I'm going to just do what they tell me to do. And the funny thing about it is she's like, well, I'm unfortunately making more money than I thought I would make. She became a district director. She's promoting up a district director very soon. So she's taking advantage of all of these bonuses. And she's like, so now I'm stuck here. And she loves every minute of it, because she was even here this last week with her 1-month-old baby.
And they know her. Many of them know her.
You guys know Ana Diaz?
Yes.
From Sacramento area?
And Rosa Silva, who now is Rosa Lopez, is with us, who is our next district director.
Rosa Silva. Way to just make my life so hard by changing your last name. I'm so happy you got married. I can't even tell you how happy I am. But come on.
Now Rosa Lopez.
Now I got to remember that, right?
Lopez. Uh-huh.
Good for you. Good for you.
Congratulations,
Rosa. Never
Rosa.
looked happier.
And she's like a hair away.
She's got the groups. It's going to happen. So it's going to happen. We can't wait to welcome you. So that's the fun part. So clients, when you have a high client count, you get leaders placing orders. You're going to be placing orders. You get other people to do that. It increases the retention of the people in your central branch. It creates a predictable income. And that's the beauty of this. I love cosmetics and direct selling because it absorbs into the skin or washes down the sink, and you have to reorder. Mm-hmm. And many of you have heard me say that the regimens are designed for 2 months. Some people comply with that. Some people try to stretch it. If it's beyond 3, they're not using it right. There's just no way.
And they won't see the results.
They won't see the results. Yeah. All right. So let me get to sponsoring. Here's the way I look at it. It's promoting, right? And it's not so much bringing people in, but what if everyone that was on your team just talked to one person during the month about whether they wanted to benefit or not and gave you the referral, or you did that? You guys would see an amazing, like more than a double or triple in your income, because if everyone became a promoter of the product or a promoter of the business. And that's not like asking too much, but it's sharing with one person who says yes during the month. And it's not really hard because that's how good it is. So I would encourage you to have them do that, because it's the lifeline of your business. New blood is where it comes from, and you're going to find some rising stars from it. You're going to add more clients because they're going to help promote, and it's really the only way to grow. So the question that you need to ask yourself, how many new consultants should you sponsor in a month to make a difference for what you want? I can't answer that. I don't want you to answer it on here. I'm not going to call you out on it. Only you know the answer to what that is. But wow, what if one person, if it was just like one, if of all the clients you had or all the consultants you had in your central branch shared this with one person this month, you would see a great difference. Did you want to say something? It sounded like you wanted to say something. Did you want to say something?
Yes.
You had something to say?
This is where my heart and my passion exceeds my beliefs, because when we are able to transform a life, when stories like Anita's this week, Jackie Alves, watching her film, her video, how she is making a difference in other people's lives. Like we can go on and on. Like Janet Flores, who opened a whole state because she believed in the opportunity, right? And then we're here because of people like them and like us continue to build the Jafra story. That's what wows me, that we can change one family story at a time. When you share Anita's story, one of the things she told everyone, it was so difficult to be in this one small little place, and now the lifestyle that her family and her have, because Jafra has given her the tools to do this, and she doesn't have to invest $1 million in a franchise. She can do it alongside with the rest of the consultants that she's partnering with. That's what connects with my passion, my heart, my beliefs, and that's why I love this industry, Scott. And
love it.
We together, I know that all our people that are in this call, we have 90, more than 90, because we have in some areas 2 or 3 people together. But just think of what will happen if this weekend you are able to change one family's future because you were willing to share the gift of the opportunity. That's all I have to add to what you said, Scott.
Cool. She brings the heart. That's what I love about teamwork, right? She brings the heart of it in. I got a little too heady. But in the meantime, it helped me. Like I saw something through that. By the way, vitamin C, little sample packets. They're available. You can buy them. It's all good. Somebody said, "I wish we had the serums and that we could do." They're
we
right
do.
Here. Mm-hmm. They're here.
Amazing samples.
Yeah. Got you covered. We got your back. All right. All right, so then you train consultants, and there's a lot of little things here. There's some kind of do's and don'ts, but if you want to be really efficient with your time, point them in the direction to help themselves using the Jafra tools, because you'll be more consistent in the way you promote the brand. We spend a lot of time with it. That's why these things are so cool. Yeah, people are like, I don't want to spend like $5 on 4 of these or whatever. Yeah, but if you give this to a client and they are able to follow what they're supposed to do, they'll reorder and it will pay the return on investment. That's just how it works. You look so much more professional with this than saying, okay, you want to use this and then this and then this and then this. And I'm telling you, after the first this, they have no idea what you're talking about, and that goes into the product graveyard underneath their sink. Did you know that there are product graveyards?
Yes.
They exist. They do. And you all have them. I know. And we don't want that. No. They're not good.
And one other thing, Scott, is you were talking about the serums, and I'm seeing some other questions. You have the tools that can help you answer quickly to the concerns that your client may have, but also on Jafra Beautiful, we do have a product library where you can go and into every single one of them, click, take the picture of the benefits, the ingredients, and you can share that with the customer.
Right.
And at 1 p.m., we're going to have a training on product, right? It's part of the continuation of our mega event today. But our tools are amazing.
They're there for you to take advantage of, and it just helps elevate that. So that's a good thing, right? It also helps you at the parties because it looks like, look, it's that simple. You can pass it around, people can look, they can touch, and it'd be like, wow, this is really cool. And you're like, hey, if you want to buy that regimen tonight, we'll get that order in, and you can take this home and get excited for when that happens. So just use them. It's going to save you time. It's going to make you look better. And if you're really good at recreating stuff, awesome. I love sharing within the community. I'm going to give you, those of you who are great at like redoing things and great at, because you need that creative outlet, everyone will expect you to do it every single time, and then you're trapped. I know that sounds bad, but you will literally become a slave to the system because people would rather have it hand-fed to them than having to go do something. It's just human nature. So you can help, and if it comes from your heart, that's amazing. But at the same time, don't forget what puts money in your pocket to give you the time to do that. I'm just saying that as a word of caution. Help, but make sure you're helping yourself at the same time.
And because you're in that piece, right? We're talking about the training.
It's the training, yeah. You can't do it for everybody.
When I help somebody on board, a new consultant, and I'm training them, it's like give them the right tools, because the number one question they always get is, what should I use in the morning? What should I use at night? Look at this tool. It actually tells you
day
and night. And so the visuals and...
So I don't put the sunblock on at night? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it all depends, because if you do sleep with the light on, you should. Or if you sleep next to the computer.
I don't.
Or next to your phone.
I don't.
Okay, so then?
Well, the phone's there, but...
So don't oversell, right?
Yeah.
Always provide the customer with what they need, and then you create loyalty.
Yes. Love it.
So fun, huh?
Fun. All right. I'm just going to go through this because we got to get to some fun stuff. And this is the part that I got to tell you, you got to act surprised in the afternoon, okay? Because no one knows we're talking about this, and it's just out of sequence. So you guys, pinky swear, pinky promise. We got it? Boom. Got it. Virtual pinky promises. I think the beauty bar is not even participating. They look like they need a drink. Would somebody serve them a drink, please? Norma, break out the tequila.
A boost.
All right. This is fun. And I want you guys, this is where your head's going to be like, how can I take advantage of everything that we're doing? And we're going to talk about a fragrance, which may or may not get you excited, but I'm telling you, it's that good. And then we'll talk about Boost. So I'm going to give Rosario the stage.
Woo! Jackie, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Yes, we are ready. Because October begins with Flores. Yes, Flores. And we are ready to flourish, because then we will grow with Boost, and we will revitalize your business. And you can do this consistently with all your consultants, for those of you that are leaders on the call. But think about it also from a consultant perspective, and how this will also help you flourish your business. So let's get started. In 2018, we have the second edition that was inspired in a country full of color, happiness, and beautiful art. You probably already know it because you have seen the videos. I have seen you share many of the videos that we put out there. But yes, when you think of, one of the countries of Latin America represents all that. It's the passion that color can give. And I don't think that all of you have had the opportunity to see the actual bottle. Several of you have already have ordered it, but hey, that bottle, it's so beautiful and it represents this country in such a genuine way. When you think of Flores, think of every single one of you also as the orchid, is that exclusive flower that makes and brings magic into your community. Mexico has some amazing places that our perfumer work to connect into the message that our customer will receive and the experience that they will have as they have the opportunity to enjoy Flores at their home. Now, think of all the magical places that you may have had the opportunity to experience if you have been in Mexico. So that's the whole idea, that this fragrance is able to bring you back to those locations where you have been able to be, and the art, the color, the culture. And to me, when I hear and the story and I connect the dots and I connect myself to the story, to me, it's just another way to see how America, how our entire country is represented with this fragrance. Because you may recall that our #1 fragrance was featured and created and inspired in Paris, right? A country that it's a little bit further from us, but still it's extremely powerful for us. It's giving us amazing sales for those of you that have the opportunity to connect your customers to our Paris et Moi. And we have now one fragrance that represents the entire American country. So if I was you, I will own it. It doesn't matter if it's Mexico or if it's any other country within the America continent, right? We are the country that was selected to represent our 4th quarter fragrance. And yes, you have heard it. Mexico is, their fingerprints are all over this fragrance. And because of the color, the passion, the inspiration that our perfumer was able to bring into this beautiful fragrance, now we have the opportunity to bring to you Flores by Rodrigo Flores Root. Now, think of the beautiful flowers that you see here and allow the fragrance itself to connect with this story. It is like telling a story. It's like the Disney story, like the princess story. It connects to the flower that each of us have inside us. Think what a flower can do for anyone that you know, how it brings a smile, how it brings their self-esteem up, how it allows you to recognize a person, how it can actually turn the day and the week and the life of others with the magic of a flower. So together, through this virtual meeting and all across the country, we're introducing this fall Flores. And I have a video to share with you.
My first fragrance memory was when I was 3. I was scouring around the drawers of my aunt and I found a tiny little perfume bottle. I found it absolutely beautiful and I remember the scent so well, and I also remember many Rodrigo Flores Root and perfume kinds. For me, his passion as a perfumer is immense love of flowers. He inspires me every day. I think I would sing and love and comfort with your nose, your ears, and your heart. And very, very important to me to my country. Every fragrance I make has at least a tiny detail that heart of Mexico, and that expresses how Mexicans view life. Everything we do is with a lot of depth and a lot of gladness. The flower which was the most popular is called Berzaula. It emits fragrance from afternoon, morning, and night. larger than life, more is more feeling. I want the woman who wears fragrance to feel luminous. I want her to transmit joy. She knows she lights up the room the moment she wears it. It's all about individuality. It's all about self-confidence. It's all about transmitting what you love and what you are. Jafra has a king heart. I couldn't be more proud to include Jafra family. I have 3 words. Thank you, Jafra. Welcome to my Flores de Vida.
Wow. I am sorry to hear that several of you didn't have good connection. You will be able to see this video later on, as Jackie said, and you actually have seen a few of the videos or pieces of the video and the infomercial that we send you sharing the pre-sale of this magical fragrance. Let's see.
By the way, that video, that segment did not happen. It did not happen. You guys know that, right? Didn't happen. All right, cool. So maybe we'll have a better one this afternoon, but it's Zoom technology. Yes. We're trying our best.
Yes.
Hang in there.
Thank you, Scott. Is this one of your favorite fragrances?
This is my color today.
Ah, he had quite a bit of color. Very Mexican, very Latin. But we agree.
Very delicious.
That we are excited because we were nominated as a country. It is a continent, sorry. Because Mexico
is a country.
It's a country within the American continent.
It's part of North America.
Right?
It always has been.
Right?
So don't try to make it any more than it should be. It's just part of North America. It's not its own continent.
It's all about the entire continent of America.
But it is a country.
It is.
I just want to let you know it is a country.
Yes, it is a country within the American continent.
By the way, this smells amazing. Jackie, should we stop? What happened?
We were just saying we were at math class and geography class today. It's awesome.
And we'll talk a little science as we talk about this too, and boost. So I think we got it all covered.
So just
flowers.
See the magic of the color, the flowers, the passion that inspire our perfumer. And here, if you were here and you can smell, this whole room smells like flores.
Smell good.
It's awesome. And look at the detail of this beautiful bottle.
The bottle is gorgeous.
But the model?
I can't see her at all. Where is she?
She's right in the center.
I didn't even notice.
Okay.
No, I don't notice those things.
Okay. Well, I love the whole story and how it actually gives that opportunity to every woman to transform, to feel whoever she wants to be. And I don't know if you noticed, but just with a little bit of color that we added, it's the same thing that happens when you wear your flores, because it's all about the attitude and how you feel, the confidence that brings in you. People notices you because you walk with that confidence and you feel that you can conquer the world.
That's right.
So a fragrance can do many things to you.
Dee's calling me out on not being floral today.
Cool.
Not with fuchsia. My bad, Dee.
Oh,
I'll be
we
there
can fix
next
it.
time.
We can fix it very quickly.
Can my embarrassed skin tone count? If I just look embarrassed, I look fuchsia. I think that'd be about right.
We like it. Like we like you like.
By the way, I want you to know this perfumer is responsible for many well-known fragrances. He's done stuff with Jafra in the past, with the Double Nature, but I've been checking out different like men's colognes and the way that they're marketing that, and he's behind several that are very famous. And this is not your average Jafra perfume, by the way, that just sells. This is like Paris et Moi. This is the sister to that. It's elevated. It belongs in a department store. It has every right to be in a department store. And if you've never sold fragrance before, this might be the time to try this one, because I'm very proud of it. And for a floral, it is, as I tell people, it's soft yet sophisticated. And it's got a little bit of sensuality like thrown in, but not like over the top. So you kind of have those 3 S's all covered.
Just enough to give you confidence and make you feel beautiful for the day.
Right on.
Right on? Yes. And the story, I know that they couldn't hear a lot in the video, but the story is beautiful, and you see it on the screen right now. This starts from when he was 3 years old. Mm-hmm. Rodrigo found his vocation, and he found that he had a strong connection with fragrance, and all because of that small little perfume bottle that he found on his aunt's drawer. So it's such a powerful story, because he's giving to Jafra the reason of what started his story in making a difference in the world.
That's nice.
So Flores goes beyond just another fragrance for any other company. He's giving it to us. And when you look at it, where this bottle was born from, from that story, and you connect it to the other pieces of what created the energy, his creation, I don't know if you realize, or if we have talked about this yet. I think it's in the next slide. When he designed the bottle, mm-hmm. he had 3 key points that allow him to put this, I would say, piece of art. Mm-hmm. It's a piece of art. When I hear like everything that was involved to get it to be bright, bold, and blooming. And when I saw those words, I don't know why, but I felt that was describing my daughters, my mom, our regionals, our consultants, our women outside of Jafra. I could see so many people feeling bright, bold, and blooming. And I don't know what's happening. Somebody's right now.
Somebody's enjoying their iPad, and they're pointing to all those little things, and so they're making fuchsia lines everywhere because they want to get in on the fun. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening.
So as you can see, Rodrigo's artistic vision is captured in this beautiful bottle. The 5 petals. Maybe Diana has the bottle. I don't know if she has it.
Like I said, this segment is not
it's
happening.
Not ours. Okay,
and
all
you'll
right.
see it a little later.
Okay, so we'll just do this a little faster, right? Our bottle has 5 petals, and that's because this was his 5th creation, mm-hmm. and this was the perfect creation that he wanted to use to represent this floral, fruity, and oriental fragrance. And I know Jackie is ready and prepared to tell us why she's so passionate about it. And I like to turn it over to you, because this is your thing, and I love it the way you tell us this story. Take it away, Jackie.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the season for you to all build your fragrance business. You have 4 great departments in Jafra, and fragrance is ginormous, huge. And I want you to capture this, as Scott said, really building a client base of fragrance. We spent the last few months studying the 4 departments together. And I just want to bring back the power of fragrance. So if you look at our departments, we have skincare, it's an $80 billion industry. We have fragrance, it's $48 billion. When you have spa, it's $15 billion. And you have cosmetics, color, it's $15 billion. So now you see how these books are built. The front and the back, it's where the money is, right? So why? What has happened to the trend of fragrance? It's this. Women buy 1 fragrance a month. A month. A month. If you're not upselling a fragrance with every order, pause, build that clientele different. Women can have a scent business. Do you know Walgreens alone hired over 2,200 scent advisors in the last 6 months? Hello, scent advisors. I am so in love with the fragrance business. I want you to capture the opportunity for not just building clients, but to literally building a giftable season right now. You have 11 and a half weeks to go in the best scent selling season of the year. What are retail stores doing? You're retail, e-tail, you're on the go, you're with the show, you're everywhere, right? Here's what they're doing out there. They are hosting in department stores, even at Walgreens. They are hosting scent events. Are you? You know what else? I love this. Lose. Oh, they shut out. Bye-bye. No, so one of our sales managers or our regional directors also talked about hosting spritz blitzing. Everybody going out and spritz blitzing with the beautiful Flores fragrance and just inviting people to hear the story. What I love is Jafra is brilliant. They're always on trend. They're always bringing you the best way to make income, but to build a joyful business, building clients, consultants, and leaders. And I am so incredibly proud of all of the tools Jafra has given you. Social.jafra.com. And if you go into Be Beautiful, if you have been on any of our live opportunity sessions, we do them on Monday nights. We now are doing actual spa and fragrance events. And I think our next one's a week from Monday night. And we use the training in Be Beautiful. You have an entire presentation on fragrance and what people want to learn about it. And when you host scent events, you add this layer to a tabletop. You spritz and you blitz your income to meet new people. That formula Scott gave you. I want you all to really smell sweet success with the joy of Flores. Right now, again, the key is you even have more tools coming. Jafra gives you everything. At social.jafra.com, are you sharing scent videos? What is happening in the trend of fragrance today? They no longer, the consumers, you know who started this, the millennials, they no longer want to hear about, a Hollywood star representing a fragrance. They love the story of the designer aligning his purpose and passion like we do in our direct selling business to a fragrance. Look at the power of 5 continues with 5 petals on the cap. But it really is about the beauty of the fragrance and teaching and advising people how fragrances work. This is a perfume. This is the best of the best. They last 6 to 8 hours. I know you're going to have more product training, but my passion about what this product, this launch of these fragrances, perfumes can do is amazing. And this is wonderful. This, again, just like the Boost and Revitalize, this is really how you could do a party at tabletop. You educate people right from your fold out on how fragrances are made. You use the videos. You can post every Saturday and have Scent Saturday events right on Facebook Live and on your postings. But tell the story. Fragrance is not about Hollywood. It's a story. about the fragrance, the beauty. Jafra is so right on to bring you the best tools to tell the story. Stories always sell when you tell. And that's what we do with Jafra. We give you everything you need. And right here again, you can help people shop right from this guide. If you ask them, what fragrance do you use? What fragrance are you trying to buy? What does your husband use? You can Google what family is that fragrance in, and they're all categorized for you to help give them the product that they know they're going to give under the tree to give the perfect gift for that person's personality. So again, I love that he also designed Double Nature, because one more trend of fragrance is personalities. Women are wearing 2 to 3 different fragrances during a day. They go to work when they feel peace, and they come home and they feel crazy. So it's all about the joy of really capturing the fragrance business you're in. You are Scent Advisors, and I want you to own it. I want you to be proud of it. And always, when you call your customers back or you've given out the brochure, inside there, know the page where they can lift and smell. And this on page 59 or 54, you house the one way to really use the catalogs, the brochures, and turn every book into a fragrance. That is what Jafra gives us. When we look at this amazing story, share it. Share it. And we're giving you an opportunity right now to have a pre-sale, to take advantage of the pre-holiday sale. What do we have in front of us? We have these packs, these wonderful pre-sale packs. So you're seeing this beautiful scarf that Norma is wearing, that you see Rosario wearing. We wanted to give you a chance to make it limited, pre-sale only, just like retail stores. Look at the iPhone, right? They're lined up for days to get it. That's what you have with your brand and your business. And that's where Scott talked about investing, right? Invest in you, in your brand. Let your customers know you have the product now for the pre-sale. And so these packs that we've given you, I think Rosario may show them on the screen, but I'm going to encourage you. The packs are on our offer through the 14th, and we want you to make sure you take advantage of those packs. So there's a 5-pack, which I know that's what Norma started with, and there's a 10-pack where Jafra's giving you a free lipstick with the 5-pack and a free, wonderful opportunity to get your own set as well for free with the 10-pack. And we're giving you the opportunity to be in fuchsia, and we'll have to get Scott a scarf. That's absolutely true. But this beautiful scarf is used every day to open conversations, to use as your display at your scent events. But this scarf is yours as our additional gift for being a wise investor. When you purchase the 5-pack and the 10-pack, Jafra's going to send you, again, the beautiful scarf that you're seeing these ladies sporting today. They're beautiful, and it's a story. Be proud, and let's go out and really build this fragrance business. I know you all have been working on this, but this is a season to explode the opportunity and make sweet success, beautiful bouquets of more income, more clients, and more consultants. Yes, you have one of the largest fragrance companies or businesses in the world. Look and see, be proud out loud, and let's go. Spritz and blitz the entire USA with Flores. We have beautiful perfumes and more to come. And I know Marquis loves our Absolute Leather model. So I'm teasing her. She's like, he's so hot. So we love that. We have leather to go right alongside that. But it's the stories that come to life with you showing pictures, just like you saw Scott and Rosario do with us today. That's what we do. Whether you're posting like Scott said, you're on social, or you're in a social room like we are, it's really sharing stories. So bring it to life. Take the challenge on how many fragrances will you and your team share each and every day. So thank you, Rosario, for giving me my passion moments, because I am very passionate about the fragrance business. And now you know why. You all own that business too. So thank you.
Thank you, Jackie. Wow, you're extraordinary. And let me just clarify and confirm what the pre-sale offer is. This is once of a lifetime opportunity that you have. We have exceeded the number of units that we had. So the product is back starting yesterday, right?
Yep.
Because you sold more than what our forecast was. So we had to get more of those wallets. So that means that customers are loving it. And from all the United States. So we have consultants and leaders from general market, from the Amber region, and from every single region taking advantage of taking the product to their customer before October 15th. They're booking parties, they're doing fiesta fragrances, they're naming it in fun ways so that this works for you. But what the feedback that we're getting is they're getting their fragrance, they're just selling. They're selling on those one-on-one contact connections that they're having as they're delivering their product. So for 5, you're getting the Royal lipstick. The Royal lipstick, it's a brand new color, and you can share with them because it's part of the new Royal collection, okay? Then for 10, you have a full set. Selling these 2 offers together puts in your pocket $337.50 in profit. So that's the why. How are you going to help your consultant add an additional plus $337 from one product line? Because then we have our other product lines, right? So very quickly, you can teach your team how to put on their pocket over $1,000 in earnings in one single month. So, and we have a couple of other things that Scott will share with you, and how to grow your business by giving it a boost. So just add one more thing. As you're part of this movement, as you're moving yourself to a new place in your business, as you're transforming your business and you're creating 15 conversations that it's creating 15 cents of fragrance and giving you plus $337 in profit, you receive the scarf. Not as the price, but because you are part of that movement. You are building a story in the US of Jafra USA, right? And USA with Jafra USA. We are changing the trends. We are transforming our business, and we have proof. In the first 9 days, we oversold what we had for the entire month. So that's you. And with that, I'd like to invite Scott to help us boost our business with Boost.
Jackie, amazing job with Flores. It is a beautiful fragrance, and I think you guys will like it. I think your customers will like it even more because it kind of fits right down their alley. So that's the good part there. I'm not going to go into all of the science behind Boost and the story and that, because you're going to hear that this afternoon in the product training, which is vital to be at. But there are some key things that you need to know in order to promote this, and it's going to change the way you think about the business in attracting new clients. Remember, we talked about those 100 clients? You're going to find some new ones out there who are going to absolutely love this. So let me just do a little rearranging here on the desktop so I can see what we've got going on. And I want you guys to know that when it comes to skincare and being successful in this business, no one's guaranteed success. No one's entitled to it. No one's part of it just because you're part of Jafra. But here's the key. It starts with a decision that you want to be successful with it, but then it's followed up by your action and effort. That's the only way this happens. And you've got Flores, and then we're going to grow your business with Boost, but in a different way, because Revitalize is already going to be the core. That's the main part of people that you may associate with that are going to use this. Boost is for a different demographic who's looking for a different way to use skincare. And it's not, and I'm just going to say this right now, it's not a price decision. It can't be a price decision. It has to be a solution decision so that the reorders happen. And if you think that the results are going to happen with Boost like they would Revitalize because it costs less, not going to happen. I just want to be super clear about it, because then your confidence, your credibility, the whole brand, personal and Jafra, gets distorted. So that's why I say this, because you're going to be able to increase your earnings with future clients with Boost through your through parties that you have. But I want you to take a look at, now these are obviously models, but this is the face of your future clients. Why is it the face of future clients? Because they're between 18 and 29 years old. They're looking for a basic skincare. They're worried about the first signs of aging. They see their first little tiny wrinkle that most of us would be like, that's nothing. Let me show you something, right? Like, that's not what it's about, right? And they're looking for basic skincare that's at an accessible price. But the thing about it is this has royal jelly in it. It has RJX technology. The formulation is used for potency, power, and precision, but not, and I'm going to say this, it is not at the levels of Revitalize. It is a basic skincare. And so when you have people that may have been using Time Dynamics because they wanted to have the price point, they're not going to get the results with this. This is for a younger crowd whose skin is more reactive. The cells turn over faster. They're going to benefit from the levels of royal jelly that are in it. But you've got 300% more potency and Revitalize when it comes to royal jelly, 3 times the amount, with greater precision to address anti-aging, where this is the first signs of aging. And I don't want you to get mixed up in who this goes to, because this is going to help you attract a new generation. This is going to help you to attract people in the circles that many of you don't run in. But you know people who have kids, who have cousins, who have relatives this age, that you can start entering in, and they're going to love the results because it's better than what they can find on the market.
I have 3 kids that qualify to have their own regimen. I
have 3 as well. And we say 18 to 29. My 16-year-old is using this. We got her off of this other stuff that my wife bought her because it's kind of like, obviously, the go-to for acne. Her skin's never looked better with Boost. Been using it for about 2.5 weeks now. And it is just, I love what I'm seeing. So the question that I have for you is, who do you know? Who do you know that is along the ages of 18 to 29 who would benefit from the skincare? The only picture that's missing from this is the skincare, the faces of guys, because they can benefit from this as well. And guys at that age have a much higher vanity index, and they worry about getting the wrinkles. They worry about looking good because they're trying to be attractive for the young ladies out there, right? So they care about this. So it's not just for women, it's for men and women. 18 to 29, they're going to love the skincare. And that's the really cool part about it. So I want you guys to, remember we talked about the client list earlier and how important it is to use the client list? I want you to take a couple of minutes and start writing down names of people you know or connectors of people you know to start making your Boost skincare list.
And Scott, I have good news for you. Jackie is going to give them 2 hours. She'll share with you to do the list, because you're going to do a couple of things.
2 hours?
She has a challenge for them.
Oh, so it's more than just doing a
Uh-huh.
list.
Because they are
Thank
going to
goodness.
have a way to earn their own mini.
If you gave me 2 hours with a list, I'd have like 400 names.
Well, that's what they're going to have, an advantage to get some real good things going. While we finish our presentation,
Okay.
then they're going to do a couple of things that Jackie will take them through. So let's go to the next and she'll tell us.
That's the most polite way of saying hurry up.
No, we're going to give them 2 hours.
Like, hurry up, dude. So here are the questions that I want you guys to start drilling and just memorizing and searing into your brains. This sets you apart from people who are already launching and saying, you need this. I'm looking at your skin. You need this. You need that. People don't want to hear that. They want to be heard. So there are 2 questions that I invite you to start using in your approach. What is your skin goal? And why do I say that? Because no one else is using this question in the industry. What is your skin goal? Well, what do you mean by a skin goal? Well, what would you do to have better looking skin? What is bothering you when you look in the mirror? If they say nothing, it's like, fantastic. Keep doing what you're doing. But I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 people are not happy with the way they currently are looking because of their skincare regimen, and they don't know if it's working. So if they tell you that they have a skin goal and you hear the words, I'm not quite sure how my skin reacts because I have combo skin, normal plus a little oily areas, or I have oily skin and I worry about breaking out, or I have very dry and sensitive skin and I'm not quite sure what to use. Guess what? You have an answer for both of those. That's the cool part. And so you've got Boost, which comes in the 2 varieties, one for the normal combo or oily skin and the other for dry and sensitive. And it's all in that wonderful fold out, that 4-fold there. The thing I want you to remember about this after you build your list is I want you to memorize a couple of these things. And maybe you guys might want to take a picture of the slide just to have it.
I love this slide.
But it's literally like in every single test that they did, 9 out of 10, and it's 9 out of 10, or it's 98%, or it's 91%. Basically, 9 out of 10 women felt an instant surge of hydration and softer, smoother skin after using it, whether it be the other one or the dry and sensitive skin. They see the results immediately. They see them after 2 weeks. It was tested with people in Mexico and the United States, and they loved the results. So this is one thing that you need to take a picture of, maybe share, because it's not in social.jaffer.com. I'll give you a minute to kind of maybe do that if you want. I won't change the slide.
When Jackie shares with them, what does she expect for all of our general market to do?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a suggestion, right? What we have will be a suggestion for them to boost their income, to boost their business.
Yep.
They may use this as part of the tools that they can use to text people or to
You're so nice. You're dancing around it. It's a suggestion. It's like, seriously? If you're thinking twice about not using this, then maybe the weekend started early for you. This is going to get your weekend happening. This is what I would use. I put this together so that you could use this because it doesn't exist yet. This is what I would share. I'd take the picture of that screen. I'd be like, boom, done. This is what I'm doing. That's simple, because you're going to share this with people on the list, right? The other thing is this one. You might want to take a picture of this one because then you can do like a double share over the weekend or in those 2 hours or whatever. Some people may be price conscious. Some people may be solution conscious. You're going to get the highest quality skincare at an accessible price, meaning at about $1 a day. It lasts 2 months.
You mean it's less than what I pay for a coffee or tea or what? Well,
yes, way less, but it's something that they can feel good about because they're getting, remember, RJX technology. which royal jelly is expensive. And this is formulated in such a way that they're going to see the results, but at an affordable price. Does this mean that if I've been using Time Dynamics in the past, I can switch over to Boost? I want to see the answers. I want to see heads either moving up or down or side to side. What are we doing? Up and down or side to side? What's it going to be? I'm staying right here.
Restate the question.
Wanda's got it. If they've been using Time Dynamics because of the price point, now that we come out with Boost, this will work for them? The answer is no.
Marquita is saying no.
No. Because this is designed for, remember, 18 to 29. This is for young skin. This is I mean, look at the bottle. It's designed for young people. It's designed to be fun, to have that. But if you're older than that, your skin cells start to slow down as far as, rejuvenating, replenishing themselves. That's why you need the volcanic polish to get all the dead skin cells off, so the new ones can come out and you put Revitalize on. It's so worth it. So
it's affordable.
Affordable.
In quality,
yep.
Right? You have both. So it's in the one other thing that I love about it, Scott, is you were saying it. Think of our 18 to 29-year-old. Right now, the thing for them, and for all of us too, is we're self-conscious of nutrition, right? It is all about superfoods. It's about ingredients. And they understand what's being in a healthy lifestyle. And our products are totally aligned with the trend and the market.
They look great. So this is
the ingredients, huh?
This is going to help you attract a generation of the granddaughters of the people who say, oh, my mom used to sell this, or my grandmother used to sell this or use this. This is the cool part. So think about those who have sons and daughters in their late teens, into their early 20s. We hate all of them, I know, because we were there once and we wish we had this stuff.
I love them. They're my kids now.
I know, but knowing what I know now, if I could go back to then, it would be so much better, right? So much better. I still would do a lot of the same things, but I would do it better. That's all I'm saying.
You will take it to the RJX, right? Here. You will take it to those three. Power, potency, and precision. You would do everything with...
I'd be a little more precise. I don't know about potent, but definitely precise. I don't want to get into that.
Scott, let's go back to our Boost.
We're going back to Boost. So here's my thing. It's available starting the 15th of the month. It's only 3 days away. And depending on where you live is depending on when you get it. Look at the opportunities this month that you have to be able to book a new kind of party. That's a Boost party. You can shower in a little Flores in there if you'd like. But if you want to take your business in the fourth quarter to a different level, it starts in October and you create that momentum to have it. What are you laughing at?
No.
You're reliving your 20s. No. She's reliving her 20s. She is. She's just laughing.
He made me laugh. I'm just going back and realizing.
You could have been so much more precise, potent, and powerful. I know.
No. Let's stay focused on our conversations.
The first time I've ever seen Rosario blush.
Right.
Wow. I can feel the heat coming from right here. It's really, really warm.
It's the scarf. It's the scarf.
Yes. I don't know where your mind went to.
No.
Mine went to parties.
Yes, mine too. But
different parties. I'm thinking of business parties.
I think she had her own private party going on there. Yeah.
She did.
She has a party. Look.
I've got my M&M's party.
Uh-huh.
I'm only allowed to have like 20 a day. It's all good. Fits in my calorie intake. So think about your boost parties. Think about how you can put that in your calendar, and think about like the fun you can have, because you're dealing with a younger audience and you're introducing them to amazing skincare. The packaging is awesome. The product thought is awesome. And they're going to like, just the cleanser for dry and sensitive skin is so on trend right now. They're going to be like, yeah, I've seen this all over the place, but didn't know if it was good or not. They're going to love it. It's really good. So take advantage of that. And I'm sure Jackie's going to have a little fun for you on that. My only goal and my hope for you is to look at every month as minimum four opportunities to get in front of this young crowd. It will provide the energy you need for your business, for your life, and everything, and they're going to see the amazing return. So think about that. Invite the moms. They'll buy it. The kids will buy it. But more importantly, they'll have fun using it. It's simple. It's 4 products. And there's even some clay masks that go along with each one, which I really like too. So it's the best way to boost your income. So you've got Flores, you've got Boost. Now you know why we say, like on this slide, October begins with Flores, it grows with Boost, and then it will revitalize your business because you're using the trifecta of all of those products.
Scott, I can't let this go without me sharing what's going on in my mind. When we first started our business presentation and update, you talked about why the company, why we are growing.
Yeah.
And we have 53% growth in sponsoring in the last 4 months.
Yep.
And that impact almost a $400,000 increase in our commissions plan.
Yeah.
So for those of you that may be thinking, where do I start? How do I boost my my income? These 4 settings, parties, meetings, fiestas, however they decide to call them, but that they are going to bring all of our amazing product lines. I'm sure that they can find at least one person in every single one of those events that say yes to them.
Oh.
Yes to Jafra.
Just by doing it, I agree.
So 4 qualified consultants that they're able to inspire, guess what's going to happen to them?
They're going to be awesome.
They're going to be awesome. They're going to advance title. They're going to be able to identify new managers or themselves.
Yep.
Achieve manager in a month. And we're seeing it over and over and over. And Jackie has those stories here too in our Amber division, in our Amber region. And Jackie, I know you're going to send them a link, right? Because you want them to have team accountability. And I believe Scott said that we're going to have 2 hours. He said that, right?
It's already in the plan.
Yeah. 2 hours to start looking for those 4 potential consultants or hostess, because meet them where they are. We can choose for them. They have to be inspired. They have to be influenced by you. And so, Jackie, tell us, what do they need to do? What can happen to their business in the next 2 hours, and how can they set up the rest of the month, how their actions right now will impact their profits, their commissions for October? Take it away.
Thank you. All right. So there's 2 weeks left of October, and we're not waiting until it's out in November. The time is now. How are you going to pre-launch Boost? It's time to boost your income. It's time to boost your team. So the challenge is, look in the chat. There's a link there. All right. And we'll post it again in our next meeting. But that link is where you're going to register your events. I want you to look at your calendar, and I want you to find at least 2, if not 4 places in your calendar that you're going to invite people to experience the Jafra products and the Jafra opportunity, beauty and business. You've got Boost, as you heard. You've got florists, as you heard. Let's get people together to experience and hear about what our story is like we heard today. So look at your calendar. Scott had you starting to make your list. So how many of you out there started making that list? Well, now you're going to take a 2-hour break, and we're going to be back again in 2 hours. So that is 1 p.m. Pacific, and do your time zone. And we want you to book at least 2 events to invite people to come together to experience Jafra, to hear about beauty, to hear about opportunity. So register your events. When you register, at least 2. I agree with Rosario. Let's go for 4 plus 4. I love that. But register your events at that link. And every event you have, be it a party, be it a fiesta, be it a team party, a place where people gather together to experience Jafra with you at your own home. Find a hostess. You had those wonderful pictures about Boost. Bring them together, register at least 2, and report to me. You can report on WhatsApp. You can text me. You can go on our Amber Region Consultant page. Report by the end of October the results of at least 2 parties or events or team gatherings where people gather together with guests to experience Jafra. Report the results. I want to just have you book them today, but I also want to see what happened. And when you register and you report R&R, and it isn't sleeping time, this is big season time, you will receive from me a wonderful mini Spritz and Blitz, right? A gift of the Flores Mini as our congratulations for boosting your business, boosting the season, and giving people the best beauty products and the best business model in the industry. So get busy in the next 2 hours, all right?
Clarify that it's for the top 100.
Oh, good point.
You only have 100, right? And
That's
maybe
right.
99 because you already have one. So the first 99.
I'll give mine away, but it'll be half full. I'm sorry.
So let's say the first 99, right? Because I know you've been working with that. And the scarves will not arrive with your orders. The scarf will be sent from the home office with, your special little pouch with additional ideas on how to sell fragrance. So our whole regional team put together a couple of documents that will support on how to invite to a party. But we have the best tool. You use your hostess program to create the energy, to give a boost to that hostess and create the excitement, be fun about it. The conversations that you're gonna be having right now to start registering your events, your parties, it will all connect with the attitude you have, with how are you feeling, how you project, what you share with them that you believe that they will experience by opening their home or sharing with you the experience in any place they feel that it's appropriate. Could be in a Panera Bread location, could be in the park, could be anywhere, right? But allow them to have fun with the product, have a nice small little display with all your demos, let people play with the product, experience, and you're the queens. You are our queen bees. You lead the nation when it comes to parties. So we can't wait to see the impact of these efforts. And we know that it's going to increase orders. We know that it's going to also influence sponsoring and will boost your profits overall. But getting to +1 customers, it's the goal, so that everyone has an order every month. When you have 100 customers in your contact list, you know that you will have no less than 20 customers buying when you are following up, forwarding your magazines, sending your follow-up materials, talking to them. So it is all about doing the right activities to connect the customer with the product. So are we ready, Jackie?
Yes, Beauty Bar, are we ready? We're ready.
Let's do this, and let's come back at 1 p.m. for product knowledge. And what else, Scott?
And product knowledge.
And a booth.
And a booth.
And a booth. So let's continue with this excitement, and let's have fun with Flores.
Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you soon, all right?
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
M&Ms, M&Ms. I'm allowed to.